Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Alright then. Hello and welcome back to Alan Wake. I tried streaming this again. It did not work. So it seems like it's not going to let me stream anymore. Which... saddening.
Good evening, Alan.
So I'm going to have to just do all this over again.
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm
Set timer for 50
I get
minutes.
the message. Loud and clear.
Why,
15
right.
minutes.
That's the
Set
spirit.
timer for
You're
50
being very
minutes.
brave, Alan.
There's
I
already a
understand
15
you're
minutes timer.
confused.
50
I would be
minutes
more
starting
concerned if you weren't suspicious
Okay.
of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Yeah. Alright, so...
This
we'll start
courier is
spinning
for
again.
patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Yeah, last episode we met the kidnapper, but he did not have a wife. Oh no no no. It was a ruse to try to get him the manuscript for his bosses.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need
And
to
the
get right
darkness
into
took
the
him.
heart of the
Almost
matter as
took us,
quickly
but
as
we
I
were
can after
saved
an
by this
episode.
guy. He was
So
now
I'm
treating us
just
like
going
we're
to
an
say this.
insane patient at his freaking
Alice
clinic.
is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
How does he understand all this, though? That's what I want to
We
know.
go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved his
trying to
own
bring you
voice.
out of
His
the
words
world you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But
I
can't
dug my nails
do it
into the
by
palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You
focused.
need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Can I help him get that coffee?
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
Yeah, I can.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused.
Hartman had mentioned that
enough
the
as he
power
is.
had been acting up.
Yeah,
Maybe
you'd
that
like
was the
me to
reason
go
for the
away so you
generator
get
and the
less
work light
scared.
on the balcony.
You can't just
The
decide
generator
what
hadn't been
key you
activated,
have or when you
and there was
have
no
it.
key.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo. Elbow strike. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, my
You
girl, for
might have
cover.
noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Yeah.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we to forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Manuscript page.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Interesting.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
You can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare because all dreams.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
But then that's like one of the Taken.
All the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up, and the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too, and I have to listen
Hey,
to them.
Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Well, shit. Anything else I can do real quick? In this one?
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Alright, try to type, Alan.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
I don't
Hammer's up! Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench!
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for it, since you're so tough, Birch.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No,
get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Wait, what? Wait, so Hartman was responsible for this guy?
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
I am famous.
Son of a bitch.
I represent a celebrity. They'll be looking for me. Oh, that's how you want to play it? He's got
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have let the played out shit.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Got what he deserved. That smile.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Alright, we got a gun.
Presence was on me in the moment. I had to find a way out.
There. Oh shit. That's a button. Generator? Stairs, maybe? Yep. flashlight on me. Quick. Sorry about the hole. For now. No mask it?
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Alright, let's go. Ow. Alright, I think I see what I need to do for this thing though. Oh, no, I am.
Al! I'm here! Hey, come on! We gotta get going! I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there!
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al!
Thanks, Barry.
Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out! Oh, geez, Al! The house looks bad! Let's get out of here!
Don't worry, Barry. Bet I'm gonna get attacked in here by some taken.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
How did I know? Don't trust. Don't trust Emil. That was Emil. Script.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Ah, fuck, I trapped myself in this asshole.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Channel. Turn it off. We don't want any fighting. It makes me sad.
Yes, memo.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 pills in the evening. And then you'll sleep like a baby.
Oh, that girl's attacking me too.
Like things to be lost. That way we don't have any trouble. And I don't have to punish anybody. This is just...
Frickin' birds. Alright, let's go, Hartman. Round 2, buddy. Hartman's not the problem. The problem is the fucking birds.
Then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 bells in the evening. And then you'll sleep like a
Okay, that was a bad idea. What can I do to get rid of those birds? Probably use some of these flares. That's probably the best bet, honestly. Just use some of these damn flares. You know? Pop a flare too.
Then you'll be nice and calm. You get 3 bells in the evening. And then you sleep like a baby. Like things to be yours. That way we don't have any trouble. And I don't have to punish anybody. We're all friends. This is just...
What's going on? You see with me now, Hartman. Kicking my ass, but it's fine. Ooh, good shot, good shot, good shot, really good shot. Alright. Went better that time around. Definitely went better. Third time's the charm. Oh, wait, there was a flare gun here? Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, whatever. I got it for later then. Let's go, Shinoy to lose on my right here, right now. Not bad, got 18 bullets and a dream. And when I run into, that's the minimum 3 kills, depending on what I run into. 8 batteries though, I don't know how much I like that. Shotgun animate.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
This guy's a psychopath. I think he did. I think he is. Not exactly sure. Assuming he is. Oh, shit. Fuck. Maybe should have used Shotty there, but yeah, whatever. It's fine. Not even a flare gun, actually. Yeah, again, it's fine. Save flare guns for groups of 4 more. Oh, regular fire, good. Next time I get ambushed, just pop that baby. Stick to this. Good. The manuscript, don't mind if I do.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Evil made Tom do it? Quite a bit of revolver ammo and some batteries, good. I mean that. What's the timer up? What's my timer up for this episode? Let's see here. 10 minutes left. Got 10 minutes and a dream. Oh, there's a case over there. Buddy. Erga? Oh, hell yeah. 2 bullets. Only 2 bullets, but I mean, hey. That thing's a freaking rocket launcher. So, yeah. So, gladly take those. Depending on how many enemies I fight, that's a good chunk of enemies dead right there. And that's just signs. Okay. Let's go. 1 flare, 3 flare gun rounds. Make that 3 flares, 3 flare gun rounds. $12 shotty rounds. And a lot of normal bullets. It's at the end of here. Page, I'll take that. Thank you.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Barry!
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Oh, hello, you sneaky ninja bitch.
It's gotta be here! Just hang on, Al! a twig. Here it is! Al, I found the key!
Oh boy. Any closer though.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Yeah, I'll take that deal.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Pissed down on all my shit. Oh, fuck.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh, yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Well, since I lost all my shit, I guess it's good that I used all those flare guns when I did.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry,
Get
just wait
farm.
for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
I mean, that's actually
Valley of
smart.
Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
I mean, he's right about securing the area. Alright, well, on that note, folks, we are going to stop this episode here. So, until next time, bye.